it's Terry. Welcome to my channel, and this is another edition of An Orchid a Day. Today, I am just filled with a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings. Really does pay to be gracious and just humble. And most everything, most situations, just because you never know when a blessing is coming your way. Now, this is kind of a, not convoluted, but it's a long story, but I'll try to shorten it and give you the Cliff Notes version. But once upon a time, well, you know, orchids in general, there's a hysteria around them, constant, because there's always new things coming. And that's another video that I may put out today, because orchids, the orchid addiction is very similar to fashion. One day you're in, the next day you're out, and something else replaces you that has the attention, the it plant, the it girl, and then it's replaced by something else, which people flock to. I mean, it's kind of the same as when one part of the orchid world focuses on a certain thing, for instance, fusarium, however that started, whether or not it was Orchid Girl or whomever. It spread, and it became the trendy thing to do. So I've never been a trendy, well, I can't say that. I did want a pair of Gloria Vanderbilt jeans and some Jordache jeans, which my mom promptly said, no, we can't afford it. But what did I do? I'm stubborn. I got them anyway on layaway. So, without telling too much info, my point here is that orchids in general, there's a fandom, there's a hysteria. It definitely is trend oriented in all areas. Maybe even, I don't know if that starts with the iOS or the RHS, not the iOS, the AOS, but they tend to set the standards for what, you know, the nomenclature and all of that. I'm not sure how, but there is a hysteria, and the story includes when I was on the board and I was a program director. And this also ties into my opinion of the pecking order of orchids and the stages of orchidolism that I did that video on. And, you know, I always talk about how I have friends who are insiders, and they know the Harrys and all the Allens and the Peter T's and the Fred, Andy, and all the others by first name, but claim they don't, and go through the back door to get all the things that we want, that we have to sell our soul for, and fight. And Black Friday is every day in the orchid world, and you know what I'm talking about, especially on those sales groups. And the story starts when I was doing those program directors. I already was aware of the Allens, the Jims, the Harrys, the Freds, etc., etc. But that did not mean that I was going to throw myself and put them up on such a pedestal that they were like gods. Although they are, it's not. They're just like you and me, just normal folk, really, out on the same race and hunt that we are, looking for the next best thing. Those people just have the ability to create their own next best thing. And us followers are somewhat like the paparazzi. But it really is like winning the lottery. You have to be there. You snooze, you lose. Because when they're gone for the most part. You can't even find a twinkle. You can't even find a tropical pointer. You can't even find a, what's that phalaenopsis that was the rage? You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's the same with those new releases. And when I was doing the program director, I would have to book those people. And I did it very kindly, but I wasn't kissing butt, And when I perchance would have dinner with them, because that was part of the job, I would praise them, but I would not throw myself at their feet like a paparazzi. So fast forward, after I quit that position, I still communicate with some of those people on Facebook or whatever. And, it really pays to be kind, because I got a lot of flack when I left that position. And the number one thing was I was giving up access to these celebrity orchid people. And how could I not want to rub shoulders with so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so? And I was thinking, they're just like me and you. And I've never been one to wait around for a free anything. I'd rather spend my last $10. But anywho, the moral of the story is, one of these particular master hybridists, who is definitely boutique, had some of his seedlings on sale. And when I saw them, I jumped on them. And they were pricey because they're boutique. And they're one of a kind. You will never find them. And I messaged and they were gone. And I pouted because I have a few of those that I've got over the years, and I'm not going to say. And him telling me that they were gone and saying that he was going to put out more in the next few weeks, we started talking, and we continued talking, having a really nice conversation. And this morning, he messaged me and said he was going to send me some freebies. So how's that for being kind and being, humble and not really being pushy? When you snooze, you lose, and you accept it and you move on, but you have to keep moving forward in a positive way. You can't dwell on it. And, the conversation was perfect. And I wasn't expecting anything, from this person. We had sat next to dinner before and chatted. I'd booked them before. I was just anxious to get the next set, just like I am as I'm filming this, wondering if FSCO is putting things on and I'm doing this. So it's the same kind of sickness, as Naomi, likes to say. But I am going to be very happy to share all of that with you. Really, I am. So really, it really does pay to be kind to people. And this flower is very fragrant, sweet, sweetly fragrant. Too bad you have to put your nose down to it. But at this moment, it is overpowering all of these Phoenicias. Isn't that amazing? But I hope you caught my message, folks. It's really good to be humble, really good to stay grounded. And it's really good to keep focus on a hobby and not let it get you to looking like a fool. Anyway, I don't know if I even made any sense, but God is good, and so is my Trichosintrum nanum, and I will talk to you guys soon. Enjoy your orchids. Thanks for listening.